Speaker, institutional memory is the guiding star to our ship of state heading towards safer shores. Honorable Speaker, on the 20th of January 2017, all was silent in our homeland. Those who chose to leave had left, and Gambians from the diaspora were hosting them as refugees. The soldiers were waiting for one decision, a decision from a head of state who was abroad, waiting to tell economic forces and Gambians who were to ally with them to decide how they were to enter the Gambia. And if he gave that command and they entered, then those people who allied with them would have been seen as loyalist forces. And those soldiers or service men and women in the country would have been seen as rebels. And Gambians would have been at war. That was the state of affairs until the person who governed left on the 21st, and there was a vacuum. Honorable Speaker, Gambians filled that vacuum. We eventually received the President of the country at the airport, and Gambians assembled from the airport to his home in Bruce Lee in peace and tranquility. That is the institutional memory. Now you're talking about insults. What type of insult? At each other? That's who you are. That defines you. You doing the insult. It does not define this nation. You refuse to accomplish what you are capable of accomplishing. You've saved the nation. And you are refusing to see the nation as a nation. Because a nation comprises sovereign people. I was studying my lineage. Uncle Side, you know what I have discovered? My father's grandmother and the former chief of Ilyas's grandmother were of the same mother and father. Can you believe that? Ilyasa, go and ask them, who was the grandmother of Mama Tamba Jambi? This is the Gambia. I never knew that. It didn't matter to me. It still does not matter. Because I don't believe in those things. I'm a pan-Africanist. The African people everywhere must be liberated from their oppression, from their degradation. That's what I believe in. Not this narrow nationalism. Not to talk about ethnolinguistic nationalism. Honorable Speaker, we either exist as a nation or we perish. That is the decision. That's what we are facing on the 4th of December. Decide whether you will live as a people or disintegrate and become refugees. Honorable Speaker, we must bear in mind that democracy rests on two legs: constitutional legitimacy and electoral legitimacy. That is what saved the nation. That's why the outgoing president decided to leave, and an incoming president decided to come because of constitutional legitimacy. He lost the elections. Because of electoral legitimacy, he accepted the loss, even though he challenged it. But he accepted it. And that is why we are here. So all leaders must respect these two legitimacies. We should try to create a level ground for multi-party contest because we respect our people. They own this country. No leader owns the State House. No leader owns these chambers. We are all public trustees. It's the people of the Gambia who own these chambers and own the State House. Why should we crave it so much that we can do anything to get there? Who are we? How many people pass there? Where are they? So essentially, the Minister for Lands and Regional Government